God damn it. I always forget about this fucking football. What's up? Good morning. How are we? Taking a look at a couple of the already. What's going on here? All fucking ready. Jeez Louise. What's up, Steffard's son? What's good? Brock D. W's breakfast. Damn, I'm about to hit the gym. Who said breakfast? Oh, breakfast with the DGen fam. Duh. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what else do you call it, right? It's still 11 a.m. and then you got Central and Pacific, whatever. I had some like egg bite things, not from fucking Starbucks. You know, I don't eat that. Go to Starbucks. Fuck that place. Went 0-3 last night. Nuggets got blown out. Yeah, I like the Nuggets. I didn't play them. I thought the Knicks might have been fake sharp. Disgusting. Let's see. What was the other one? The T-Wolves won by 2. That sucked. I had the T-Wolves minus 3.5. And the Devils scored a goal to lose 3-2 with 4 seconds left. Actually, it was 3 seconds left. And yes, I had that too. That fucking sucked. Swayman was sharp of you, Unc. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It was indeed pretty sharp. And shout out to Handyman, because Handyman got me to go on the surgical stream. I had a 3 o'clock call, and I think it was 2:44. I said, fuck it, let me get in there, and pitched it. So suck it, haters. It's the Bonnies today. We'll talk about that. It's 8 a.m. in Vegas. W's, DJ, need to know if you're going back to the Cavs Bucks under tonight. No, I'm not. I can't handle it anymore, man. I can't handle it anymore. 70-point fourth quarter. Teams in the bonus with 8 minutes left. Both teams in the bonus, by the way. I'm not here to bitch and whine and complain, but this is the problem with basketball. College, bonus when both teams are in the bonus with 12 minutes left. NBA, 8 minutes left. It's not okay. 47 personal fouls through like 35 minutes. Crazy. About to whip up in the kitchen. Love that. Bruins under with sharp. Thanks, Sunk. W's, you're welcome. What's up, Real T-Bone? Kings minus 2. Thanks, Kevin Hoyter. Oh, right. The Warriors are plus 2.5. W's. Richie Parlay with a sub bang. Long Beach was yesterday. T-Don with a follow 33 minutes ago. What's up, T-Don? We are almost to 2,500 followers. 2467. It is a slow grind, but I'll never forget when we had 60 followers. So W's to the build and the growth. Appreciate all the support. San Fran was sharp too, but first half. But sweat the last 5. W's noted. I will be playing for a unit. Yep. Heat was a good bet. Was a bad wager. Yes, it was. DJ and Cal Moneyline. All right, we'll talk about it. Who let State pickleball with his chains on? Let's hope he's okay. That's why you take the ML. I know, I really thought about it. I stared the Timberwolves money line in the face. I really did, in the fucking face. And I said no. It was like minus 170 or something. I think it was pretty steep. I was like, no, I don't want to do it. Celtics first half wagons. I know. Here I am again. I had it punched in. I had the ticket in my card, and then at the last second, I said, no, let me get off of it. Don't ask me why. Anyways, 6-day winning streak according to my Action Network, comes to an end. I think I was 4-5 minus 0.74 units. Mount St. Mary sucked. I'm not blaming anyone for that one. I like that. That was all me. Bellarmine was a duping, and we saw it. Doesn't matter. I played it. No regrets. But again, we just take mental notes. If a team looks like the worst team is getting a little bit of line respect, we got to look at the home road splits. That's why North Florida 1-8 on the road. In fact, they were favored at all. It's kind of telling. On that note, though, I think that's all we really have to recap. We can get into the board. It's not the most beautiful of boards, from what I understand. What's up, Ron Mux Clam? How we doing? I'll own the MSM Cell job. They're fucking banned. That's okay. You don't have to own anything. They played them pretty tight. Good morning. W recap. Thank you. I'm going to start riding Celtics wagon until they start losing. Yeah. I mean, go look at my fucking tweet. I think it was November 1st. I think it was the third or fourth game of the season. I'm not kidding. What have they played? 40 games? They probably covered in 35 first halves. How much money have I made off it? 2 units. That's it, because I'm an idiot. Arizona lost outright to Oregon State. Yeah, that was fucking crazy. All right, I think we're good. It's been 8 minutes since we got the stream rolling. I'm going to how are we doing on Twitter? I think we got some live Twitter viewers. It says we got 70 people in here, nice and early. I think that's enough to at least get the bus started. Let me see. Are we live? Hold on. More than welcome for a weekday. Oh yeah, I was supposed to go on MJ's fucking stream tomorrow to talk hoops. And this morning or yesterday, my mom asked me, I totally forgot. She was like, hey, I'm taking your grandma fucking garage sailing. Be great if you could go spend some quality time. And I was like, yeah, 8 a.m., 7 a.m. Sure. What time will we be done? And I totally fucking forgot. I had MJ's stream. Anyways, 13 people on Twitter. What's up? All right, we can get started. Everybody's in the queue. I'm going to bring him up. Steak has no camera on because he is in bed. Pickleball steak. Greg, you're looking sharp. I like the color of the sweater. Steak, first and foremost, is your microphone on?
Can you hear me?
You actually sound really good.
Perfect. That's all we need.
Yeah, you sound great. Greg, how are you doing?
I'm fantastic. I really want to hear this pickleball story. I feel like,
Steak's a big
it's probably
pickleball
pretty
guy.
straightforward, but
Yeah, I wish there was much of a story, man. I love playing pickleball. And in the second hour of pickleball yesterday, I felt something not go right. And the rest is history. I woke up today and I could barely get out of bed.
Jeez.
Jesus.
This is 30.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
I need a video of Steak playing pickleball because I feel like you don't see a lot of tatted up. There's not a lot of neck tats in pickleball, we'll say.
in Orlando,
Old men go running.
yeah. There's in Orlando, everybody's got tats, and pickleball has taken over the world. There are these courts, like abandoned fucking. I don't even know what they were, like with a big wall. People used to play wall ball there in Williamsburg. I'm not kidding. Nothing would go on in these courts. Nothing, except occasionally there'd be a couple kickball games, and then they would put like movies at night. Set up a projector and everything. All of a sudden, year and a half ago, what do you think fills up the entire court? Pickleball games every Saturday and every Sunday. It's insane. I've actually never played pickleball. Greg, have you played pickleball?
I have with my parents who are retired.
It's great.
Very fun, guys.
Mom.
Very fun.
What is it?
Is it Jen? So those, I want to say those courts that you're talking about in Williamsburg, it's funny of like gentrification. So my wife used to deal with a lot of stuff in that area. So this is like early 2000s. It used to be men's softball, and they would play softball and like slide on cement. And there got to be like too many fights and shit. Yeah, dude, this is like Williamsburg before you got there, right? But there used to be like too many fights and guys would slide and it would always just like end in a disaster. So they just said, you guys got to go somewhere else. But like, just imagine like going from all these like tough Polish Brooklyn guys playing softball on cement, sliding, to now it's pickleball and lattes.
It's actually a pretty funny visual. And I will say one of my favorite things when I walk my dog there. Ooh, nice see-through cup of coffee there. When I walk my dog by, and on the rare occasion that there is like a kickball game or something, and I see like a ball get kicked really far in the outfield and someone's running and they don't get it, I love shouting because it's on concrete. You got to die for that.
Oh, dude, they used to. That's what's great. They used to. Like there used to be
Pussification
like
of America
on the cement.
See-through coffee, bang. All right, so the newsletter's out, degenerateweekly.com. I'll put the degenerate, why is it so hard to spell for me sometimes, on the website. You can subscribe. We are in I would say a bit of a rut, unfortunately, in these playoffs. We are not finding we're not seeing the board well and not picking any winners. Rough day, or rough go at it, unfortunately. It's kind of funny. Last year was a complete opposite. I don't know if you guys remember it. I think we had a really poor end of the season, like week 16, 17, and 18. And we were like, I think we told ourselves at the time, let's scale back at the end of the year because things get weird, players sit out. And then in the playoffs, we actually did pretty well. This year, total opposite story. Great NFL season, really poor playoff performance. I think we are now down to like +7 units on the year when we were up to like +15, 16. 0-3 last week. What were our best bets? I had the fucking Niners team total over. Greg, you had, what did you have again? The Ravens?
I had that Lions under, which was the Lions under, and it was 10-10 with 4 minutes in the third quarter, and it soared.
And Steak had the Bills. Went down with the ship. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't care about that one losing because the write-up on it was so good. And I also can't blame you. So I think that's a pretty good segue. Everybody lock in if you're getting in here. Good morning. Heydays for a 10 stream streak. It's funny that Twitch starts to show you that now. W's. Discord. Yep. Good morning, everyone. Good luck today. Thank you, Just Baseball. Just Baseball, by the way, I think that's the PODP. What are you going to be betting on after NFL and no baseball? Are you just going to be doing research? I mean, there's like 2 months. If you want to dabble in college basketball, I suggest you give it a shot. It's real fun. Don't bet on Bellarmine, though. Thank you, Fat Girls. Yep, Tilling Dolls. Oh, Tilling Dolls, you're already in there. W Boost. I still don't really know what it means, but thanks for boosting the Discord. All right, on that segue, we can start talking about the Chiefs Ravens. So I recapped a lot of the game, or not a lot of the games. I recapped the games on Monday's stream, and we went through it. Found a couple things that I thought were interesting about that game, and one of which led me to my best bet in this Ravens Chiefs game. I didn't have a play in the Chiefs Bills game until I started to think to myself, I just have to take Mahomes with the points. I just have to. And I did. However, I'm sitting on my couch, I'm watching the game, and I saw Buffalo have 9 lives. I think I even tweeted it. The Bills, we had Mecole Hardman fumble in the end zone. Then the Bills on one of their drives, they fumbled. I think the ball went out of bounds or they recovered it. Then there was like a dropped interception. I mean, they were just getting away with everything. And I told myself, it's the Bills' year. They had 3 or 4 minutes on the clock. They're driving the ball. I open my Hard Rock app. I see their even money. And like a bitch that I am, I put a unit on the Bills money line. Did not hit. Came away even on the game. But at the end of the day, what I'm getting at here is my reasoning and my capping, if you will, was I'm just going to take Mahomes with the points. I feel like that's probably that can't let you down. It's gonna pay you more times than it's not. So now here I am going into this game, and I was talking to Camus Money about this. I don't think Camus Money is in here very much anymore because he's very corp, and he has a kid. W newborns, Greg. You fought through the non-melatonin. We'll talk about that later. But I went into this Ravens game. So I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, anyone in the chat or Greg and Steak, if when I saw this line open, I think the Ravens were 3, and they got up to 3.5. Now I believe they're sitting at 4. So the Ravens are getting money. I thought that Mahomes and the Chiefs would have been the public side. Thought that would have been a little bit of the square side because Mahomes just came through for not everyone, because I don't know that there was really a square side in that game. I think the Bills Chiefs is pretty split, but they came through for people that did bet him. And I would have had to imagine that if you were like me and that was your thinking, why would you waver? You would just go again. And then if you got burned, you would probably come to that side as well and think, I'm just going to take Mahomes with the points. Yet, I feel like the Ravens are the public side. And now I could be wrong. It depends on what you're tapped into. And this is not the only way I'm going to go about betting on this game, but it is something that we always like to discuss. I'm really shocked to not hear the Chiefs get as much love as I expected them to get. And I'm starting to think that, again, people are kind of writing off and counting out Mahomes. So before we talk about my best bet, because I did so much rambling, I want to get your guys' thoughts on the game. 3:00 Sunday, totals 44.5. Steak, we'll start with you, and then Greg, we'll start with you on the next game. What do you think about the Ravens Chiefs matchup?
Okay, so I'll walk you through just my thought process because obviously there was Chiefs and Dolphins, and I think when the matchups first started coming out, we liked the Dolphins, and then as it got closer, we all started to like the Chiefs. And there's like this moment where you place your bet, and then the moment when the game starts and you realize like, oh wow, I bet against Pat Mahomes in the playoffs, like against Josh Allen, who he just always beats. He always beats everybody, and that's exactly how I felt going to the Bills game. Like I had the Bills game, but I started texting you guys. I bet the Bills, but I started texting you guys like, God, man, I can't believe I have the Bills right now. Like this feels like the Chiefs, and it feels like the same thing all over again with the Ravens and the Chiefs. Almost exactly the same to me because I see a lot of sharp people on the Ravens and I saw a lot of sharp people on the Bills. I see some sharp people on the Chiefs, but not as many. And I see a lot of public on the Ravens. And I guess I just am shocked that the public could be so confident. I know that the Ravens look really good. And they've been pretty dominant. I know they smacked up the 49ers and I know they dominated against the Texans. But I am really surprised everybody is this confident in Lamar Jackson, who has never been here before against Pat Mahomes. And this is Pat Mahomes' 7th game as an underdog of 3 points or more, and he's 6-0 in his last. So I'm terrified,
Damn.
but I think the Ravens are the right play. But I am terrified.
We didn't really talk too much this week about where our heads were at. We kind of went our own way because in the write-up, it would have been a little bit weird. There's 3 of us and there's 2 games. So we kind of, in the format, we each had our own little reasonings and our own separate bets. We only have one official pick. We'll talk about it later. I didn't think I'd expect you to say that you were going to go with the Ravens. I really thought you were bouncing around. I thought you would end up with the Chiefs. As of right now, where is your money going in terms of a side? Are you going to go money line, spread, or are you going to look at the total?
I am going over. That's my number one bet for the game. I just wanted to touch on the Chiefs Ravens real quick since I feel like everyone wanted to talk about that first. I like the over. I don't see any way there's not points scored in this game, and I'm getting all those phony tweets from the books telling you that everyone's betting on the over, and you know how I feel about those tweets. I think they're begging people like me, you, Greg, and everybody in this chat to bet the under because the over is so public that you better not bet it. And I actually love the over. That's my favorite bet in the game.
Yeah. I will say, and not even for any type of public or contrarian reason at all, for football reasons, I did like this under. My score prediction in this game is Ravens 24-17. I never got you guys never sent me the $50 because I won the giveaway for the exact score in the Chiefs Bills. Greg, can you send that over my way when you get a chance?
It's on the way. Yep, it's on the way.
But that's my prediction this game, although I do definitely see what you're saying about the over. I'm not going to play the total. I'll talk about my best bet in a minute. Greg, where's your head at with this game?
Yeah, and real Nicky Gambles just said it, and it was the first thing I said to you when we talked about this earlier the week. And it's stupid, but it has to be said. It's really tough to not see Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl. It's really tough for me not to envision that. And as much as I go back and forth on this, I am going to take the Ravens. I am going to get a little cute. I do like, you can do like direct bands of winning. So the Ravens to win by 1-6 is plus 280. I see them winning on a field goal, maybe a last second field goal. So I also took Justin Tucker's over 7.5 total kicking points. Just another little cute way to play it, because I really can't land on a side here. And that 3.5 is ultimately what I keep coming back at too for the Ravens. Like, yeah, the Bills were favored and everybody said, Mahomes is a dog, but it was that 2.5, which can be a little trappy. I think that 3.5 is a little trappy on the exact opposite side towards the Ravens. I think it's a ton of respect to give them that. And especially now that it's juiced, it ranges between 3.5 and 4 across the board. But again, at this point in the season, the lines are just so fucking sharp and precise that it's tough to see value in a number. So for me, I'm going to get cute. I'm going to take that Ravens by exactly 1-6. I'm going to take Tucker's total points over. DJ, and I'm with you. I do think it's the under here, but Steak makes a pretty good point for the over. And I feel like last week too, like Mahomes Allen, I won one bet last week and that was it. But Mahomes Allen, like, how does its over not hit? And it was 45.5 and the under was sharp. But at the end of the day, you come back and you say it's Mahomes and Josh Allen. The last thing I'll say, because I pointed this out in the newsletter too, about the Chiefs, is they played the Dolphins and they looked great and they covered and they won. Fantastic. The Dolphins were missing, I think, 6 starters on defense. So absolutely depleted. Same thing last week. They played the Ravens. They were a little bit contrarian. They were on the road, that whole narrative. The Bills. And what happened? They beat them outright. But the Bills were missing a lot of key guys on defense too. And that was really, if you look when Buffalo started making their run, winning the AFC East, I forget what it was, maybe like 5 in a row down the stretch. It was because their defense was healthy and they just got it together. And then they just slowly got decimated by injuries. This Ravens team is none of those things. It is a better defense when healthy than both of those squads, and it's fully healthy. So actually, it's tough to say it's better. That's a bold statement. But it's a very good defense, and it's healthy, which the Chiefs have not seen yet. One thing, like getting really into the weeds of it, though, of like how these coaches are going to scheme, supposedly, and again, this is secondhand. I'm not that deep of an X and O's guy, but supposedly the Ravens are pretty weak against 2 and 3 tight end sets, and the Chiefs have started to put that into their game plan the last couple of weeks. So you could see, like, who's it? That Watson guy. You got Kelsey, and they got another guy that the Chiefs will roll out there. So I might dabble with some of those. Noah Gray, thank you. I might dabble with some of those 2 and 3 guy tight ends because everybody's going to be looking at Kelsey. But especially that Watson guy, he had a couple of weeks where he showed up big. So I might target him in some way, shape, or form too. Long story short, my favorite is Justin Tucker and that Ravens 1-6.
Okay. But I guess I don't really understand. Why do you like Justin Tucker?
I just think he's like, I love the guy. I love the guy, and he hasn't been talked about at all. He came out, he hit it last week. I was on him last week. He hit it on that late field goal for the Ravens. He went over 7.5. It's 7. I think he was at 7 or 6, but he got that late field goal that meant nothing. But he's just a guy I want to support, a guy I want to back. And you know what? At the end of the day, if the Ravens are going to go to the Super Bowl, it's probably Justin Tucker who's going to take him there. He's just a long-term Baltimore guy.
That field goal,
fan,
did not mean anything. It actually pushed the game over. But I get what you're saying in terms of the game outcome. I'm only asking because I didn't know if you had any other angle. I'm okay with you just having a gut feeling because I think it should be stated, correct me if I'm wrong, you've been pretty good with these kicker props towards the end of the year.
I do. For some reason, I do like kicker props. I like sack props. I like these little like quirky things that you can get involved with.
But you've been hitting more than you.
Yeah. You know what the big one was the like 12-year-old kid that kicks for New Orleans.
Saints kicker.
I forget his name.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Right.
That was a POD.
Ben Troop or something.
Yeah, of course he's gonna go. Yeah.
You should have been in our group chat when we were trying to figure out how to spell Jawan Jennings and who Jawan Jennings was on the Niners. We have a cheeky prop on that too. Okay, so Greg, best bet in this game is Justin Tucker over points. And I'm sorry, what was the other one?
Over 7.5. Oh, and then I took Ravens Baltimore to win by 1-6 is plus 280.
Okay. I think they win by 7, so I think that's a rat shit wager, but I love your Justin Tucker bet, so I'm going to take that. Steak has at least talked me off of – hold on. Mom, I'm streaming.
Tell her I hurt myself playing pickleball.
This is what moms do. Before they go to the grocery store, do you need anything? No. Are you sure? Do you want hummus? Do you want it? No. You want some chips to snack on? No. I'm already fucking 8 pounds overweight. No. What is she at? At the store? 10 minutes later, she's calling me. You sure you don't need fucking this, that? No. God. Anyways.
Do you still have your own peanut butter jar when you go home?
No, I don't have my own peanut butter jar. People are going to think that you're talking about like I put my dick in it or something. No, I used
immediately
to
what I thought.
Exactly, Greg. Jesus, now I have to explain myself. When I would play Halo or Unreal Championship, all these Fortnite fuckers that play video games have no idea about any of this. You would play video games till the butt crack of dawn, and my snack I would just take a loaf of bread. I would take one slice of bread, and I would just dip it in peanut butter, and then throw it back with some milk. People forget I was a 225-pound nose guard. People forget that. That's how you get that.
You skip a lot of shit. I just remember your jar of peanut butter had like M&M's, granola bars, Snickers, and like it was just
fake news. Just pieces of bread. Steak, what were you gonna say?
Do you still have that dog that eats peanut butter off you?
All right, let's get back to the game. So, all right, here's where I'm at with my best bet. I looked at the. By the way, if anybody was paying attention or joined us, I think some did. We did a scouting stream. Mid-major Matt joined us. It was very fun. I got pretty good feedback. We looked at the previous games, and tried to find some angles. And we did a pretty good job. We came away liking the Bills Chiefs over. We came away liking a few things in the Lions game that came through. We weren't right with everything. Don't get me wrong, but I think I'll try to do that if I have time on Sunday. Anyways, Sunday morning, I like to go back and I like to look at the box score and see what happened in these games and see if there's any angle that can come to the next game. So I talked about this on Monday. I thought it was fascinating that the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs, if you look at the box score, it's kind of crazy to me that the Chiefs, they scored more points. I thought they looked great. It looked like they couldn't have been stopped, but yet they only had 21 first downs compared to Buffalo's 27 first downs. Buffalo actually outgained them, yet Buffalo only had 4.7 yards per play. Kansas City had 7.7 yards per play. I mean, that's really the difference. So yes. I started taking a look a little bit further, and I couldn't believe Buffalo ran the ball 39 times. James Cook had 18 carries. Josh Allen had 12 carries. I don't know who the fuck Ty Johnson is. But what I told myself was this.
Former Jet.
Ty Johnson? Oh, yeah, that's right. It has to suck if you are a Chiefs defense and you go from playing in fucking 0-degree temperature, granted against it's the fucking pussyfoot Dolphins, 0-degree temperature, people are getting hypothermia. Then you got to go to Buffalo, play in that fucking stadium with those fans, 71,000 people, and tackle Josh Allen and James Cook 39 times. And now you got to go to Baltimore Baltimore ran the ball 42 times for 5.5 yards per carry against the Texans. Now, granted, they had more of a lead, and that's probably why. I think there is an angle here for the Ravens to run the ball. And they also have an extra day's rest, which I know we've talked about. It's a little bit of a narrative that I'm not gonna focus on too much. But the Ravens had a full week off and rest their starters in week 18. They shook off that rust that I think you want to see a team do if you're going to back them the following week. They shook off that rust in the first half of the Texans game. It was 10-10. They only scored one touchdown. And then they came out to win the game 30, it's 31, whatever, 34-10. I think you get a Ravens team that starts fast. And I think you take advantage of this Chiefs defense. And I think you have to get a lead against Mahomes. You have to get one early. So I think that the Ravens are going to score. Now, the counter to this that somebody had pointed out is the Chiefs. If you're going to fade Chiefs early, the one thing you have to be aware of is the Chiefs have scored points on their first drive in both games in the playoffs. So you got to assume, all right, you're going to be down 7. So if you're going to bet the Ravens in the first half, which, spoiler alert, I am, that's my best bet, -2.5. I'm going to take the Ravens early, and I think they're going to be up in the first half like 17-10, hopefully 17-7, a little bit more comfortable. It was, I think it's probably -125 some places. Hard Rock, it was -130 or something like that, 135. I don't know. I'm going to take it for 2 units. We started to do later in the end of the season our best bets for 2 units. We'll do that going forward next year. That's where I'm at with this game. I don't want to be against Mahomes' late game heroics. God forbid they happen, which it's very likely that they will. So I'm out on a full game. I'm out on the total. I like the under, but I think Steak brings up a pretty good point that concerns me. And that's it. I don't really have a player prop. I don't have somebody. There's no masterclass candidates here. So all your player props are safe. They're not going to get mushed by me, although shout out Mike Evans, Legacy Day. And that's where I'm at. So Ravens first half. Steak, your best bet on this game is the over?
Yeah, it's the over. But can I add something just for a little disagreement?
Of course.
I do not believe that the Ravens are going to win a one-possession game at all. I actually like, if you like the Ravens, you can alt them to whatever teaser they have to cover. Because I think they're going to have to beat their ass to win this game. If Pat Mahomes has the ball in a one-score game at the end of the game, he's scoring. And I don't care how public or square that sounds. I do not want the Ravens in a close game. I think they have to dominate.
That's actually a really good point. Real quick, by the way,
Shout
out Alec with the sub bang, Jay to the hip hops with a follow, and Ref with a 18 part of your 18 raid. Appreciate it. You do make up a good point. Greg, any final thoughts before we move on to the next game?
No, I did want to bring it up because I just checked it, but we bet this game the last time they played. It's been a while since these two teams have played, which is a bit weird because they're two of the powerhouses in the AFC. But it was a Monday night game in like week 2 of 2021, and the Ravens won. I remember I went to Felix in LA, DGen. Great recommendation. But I remember being at dinner and you guys like taking my phone out and having like 100 texts of like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. And it was just one of those like epic back and forth games. But the fact that, that was in the Mahomes Mecca, and not that we've left the Mahomes Mecca by any means, but the fact that Lamar ran wild, I think really sticks out. That's going to be your biggest takeaway from that game. He had, he had over 100 yards, I want to say. I just saw it and I fucking fell out of my brain. He had over 100 yards rushing. Like, I feel like he still continues to do that. I do want to get the Ravens stake. Maybe you talk me off of that band of 1-6, but I will play him in some capacity.
Got to account for the Kadarius Toney ball off his hands interception. That's pretty funny.
I mean, if they just benched Toney at this point, if they just benched him, like I know he might be hurt, but he also is just really shitty.
Yeah, he's not very good. Touchdown score. Anybody speaking to you? And then we're going to move on to the Lions-Niners. Steak?
I kind of like OBJ.
Interesting. I don't know. You laughed before you said it. Is there a reason why?
I don't know. I just got this feeling. I got this feeling he's going to score, and I also have this feeling he's going to score in the Super Bowl.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, remember he got hurt in the Super Bowl last time he was in it.
But if I recall correctly, he scored and then got hurt, right?
He was dominating. He was absolutely dominating.
Yeah, he was eating.
Okay. All right. I like that.
Is Gus Edwards hurt?
I knew you were going to say Gus Edwards.
Is he hurt?
I'm not good with injuries, but I don't think he's hurt.
Oh, okay, because he wasn't in late in the last game that they had played. So I was just curious.
Yeah, Greg, by the way, just for future, your internet wherever you are sucks. I would get, you don't need to do
Mm,
anything right now. You don't need to do anything right now, but maybe an Ethernet cord so you can go straight from your modem into your computer. That would solve that.
I have a MacBook. There's no fucking way to plug an Ethernet cord into a
Hey,
MacBook Air.
hey, genius, Greg. I have a MacBook too. You know what? There's a thing called an adapter. So it plugs in to that UCSB thing or whatever. And then there's an adapter where the
The
Ethernet
lightning
goes.
bolt? Ah,
You see that? You see this
didn't know
fucking
that.
thing? Massive brain
Yeah,
in that cranium. All
fair
right,
enough.
let's get to the next game. It's hilarious. You keep freezing, and some of your faces are very funny. And I don't know if State can, with no camera on, can you see us?
Yeah, I can see you guys. I feel like I'm doing a stream with the Geek Squad.
Okay, let's get into Lions Niners. By the way, Steak, are we streaming either of these games? And if so, are we doing the Ravens?
What's the first one? The Ravens Chiefs, right?
Yeah, 3.
Yeah, that would be the one I want to stream.
Okay, cool. All right, let's talk 6:30. Niners, Chiefs. I'm sorry, Jesus Christ, I'm an idiot. Niners and Lions. The lovable Lions. And I don't have an accurate line on this game. I believe it opened 7. I think it got down to 6.5, but now is it back up to 7.5? I'm going to FanDuel right now. It is up to 7.5. I want to just assume and the juice is on the 7.5 with the Lions. It's minus 115. The total is up from 50.5 to 51.5. Shout out us with our official bet in this game being on the over 1 point after it moved. So my assumption here, if I had to guess on this number bouncing around, is potentially hitting the Lions, whether it was value or maybe Debo not playing. Now it is looking like he's going to play. Although, oh my God, look at Greg's face.
I just found the thing on Amazon.
Dude, you can literally find it in a fucking bodega. They're everywhere. Adapters are everywhere. Anyways, so if you go to, or if you think about it now, there's reports that Debo is limited in practice, but he's likely going to play. Perhaps that could be a reason that line's back to 7.5. But I got to tell you, and let's go around the room first after this, just not where your head's at in the game. I just want to know, when you looked at these numbers, when you looked at these spreads, I thought the line on Baltimore opening -3 was right. I thought there was nothing fishy about it, nothing fishy about the total. I thought the Niners, after the way they just played and how the Lions have looked, I didn't think San Francisco should have been favored by 7 against anyone. And I don't think that Detroit should have been 7-point dogs against anyone. I thought that line was very high. I thought maybe if you want to put it 5.5, I get it. Do you agree or disagree with that, Greg?
I mean, it does feel high, but I just think at this point the lines are correct, and you got to go with your gut and go with what you feel. This line does feel high towards the Niners to me. It does feel like a lot of people want the trendy dog, and the Lions are becoming the trendy dog. And I do think, like we all said, or not we all said, because Steak and I are on very opposite sides on this one, but like we said, that the 49ers kind of got that rust off, and maybe Brock Purdy just is absolute dog shit when he gets wet.
You're not
But
listening to anything I
think,
say, because I said don't give us the thoughts in the game just yet. Just did you think the line was higher?
I'm shopping for an adapter.
I see that. I see that. Did you yes or no question, Greg? Pretend you're being interrogated. Yeah, you thought the line was high.
That it's 7.5 now. It's 7.5 now. It moved from this morning.
Steak, did you think the line was high? Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we all can agree on that. Honestly, masterclass in yes or no questions right there by Steak. So now I'd like to get your thoughts on the game. So we're going to go back around the room. Greg, where's your head at in this game? Obviously, if you read the newsletter, you know where we're at, but I want you to walk us through. Niners are now catching 7.5. You have a best bet in this game. We don't all align on this, by the way, which is fun. I like for there to be some discourse. Where's your head at with the Niners, Lions, 6:30 on Sunday?
Yeah, so I have a Niners to win the NFC ticket at plus 330. So it's going to be tough for me to actually take them at such a big number too when I already have the money line essentially. But I do like the over, and I do like them to score. And similar to you of having a Ravens ticket to win the Super Bowl, I might just take them first half because I do think that they got a lot of rust off. I do think they come out hot. The Debo news is certainly concerning because it seems like he will be out, but I think this is a Juwan Jennings game where he really puts himself on the map. I've had my eye on this kid for a while, and every time they go to him in a big moment. I mean, you saw last week he had that big third down catch. Like he's just one of those number 3 wide receivers. It doesn't make a ton of fuss. He's not a huge name. He doesn't get a ton of attention, but also like he's out there and he's making the plays and he's just like meat and potatoes. Like, boom, I got the first down. No big deal. I'm going to single. Like, I'm not talking a ton of shit. I'm not, kind of super braggadocious and just like putting on this scheme of trying to be somebody he's not. He's just going to go out there and get the job done, and I just really like that from him. So he's probably my favorite guy from a prop perspective because even if Debo does play, like his shoulder looks bad. Like when he came back last week, you saw him kind of like hobbling like this on the one play, and then he was immediately out and immediately in sweats. So I think Brock Purdy has a great game. I think everybody loves to shit on him after looking as bad as he did last week. But like we saw in the Browns game, truly maybe this guy just cannot play in the rain. Scouting report on him was that he had tiny hands, which like makes sense. The ball's wet, it's tiny, he can't grip it, it's all slippy, and he sucks. So Ayuk, somebody just said in the chat, absolutely target Ayuk. His props are probably going to be ridiculously high, but this Lions secondary is really bad. And they've stepped up. They've made turnovers. They've made some plays, but they've also golfed through an interception to the fucking Bucs guy last week and hit him right in the chest. Like you got to make that play in the playoffs, and I think the 49ers do. The other thing with the the Lions, I'm not going to say they got lucky, but I said this in the newsletter, but they have gone in both games, both their playoff wins, they were outgained. In both their playoff wins, they had a 4th and goal situation. Both of them, they went for it. Both of them, they got it. If that one play doesn't go in their favor, they likely lose in both instances. And I do think Dan Campbell is a foot on the gas type of guy, and he's not going to change. But eventually your luck runs out when you keep playing like that. And I think it happens this weekend. I know it's tough to sort of say when that's going to happen, but you just can't keep going for it in those situations. And maybe he won't. Maybe now that he's not at home and he's on the road, it's a different vibe. But I do think it eventually has to backfire for him.
Okay. Steak, you are a Lions Super Bowl ticket holder. You are pretty soon likely going to be a resident of the state of Michigan and maybe potentially own real estate if that hits after your Michigan nukes. Congratulations. Are you going back to the Lions in the city of Detroit in the state of Michigan in this game?
Yes, I am, but I acknowledge obviously everything you both said. It's not that I really disagree. I do think 7.5 is a massive spread. I do think there's some of the narrative that golf can't play outside, and that's why the spread is that high. And it's kind of giving me similar vibes to Cowboys Packers because you had the people saying like, kind of like Packers to pull the upset. But then you had the other people that said there's no way the Cowboys lose this game. And I remember when we talked about that game, we said like the Packers aren't going to cover the spread and lose. It's either Cowboys by 21 or Packers outright. And I'm just going to say the same thing here with the Lions. Lions aren't losing a close game. They're either winning or they're losing by 20 plus. That's genuinely how I feel. As a Lions investor for this entire playoffs, I will say that the secondary concerns me. They just get dotted up. Matt Stafford really carved him up, and then Baker Mayfield did too. Even though he was playing from behind, he still had 350 plus. And I'm really concerned about that. But the defensive line, really good defensive line. I'm hoping they can get to Brock Purdy, who I really believe is very beatable. So yeah, I'm on the Lions. I'm obviously not excited about the spread. When it came out, I was really hoping it was going to be 4.5, 5. That would have been weird to me. This is almost weird to the on the other end now. Like this is a little too big of a favorite for San Francisco, so I'm acknowledging that. But I am definitely betting the Lions. I'm going to bet a money line.
I agree with that take. I think somebody
Did DGen? I thought I froze because my internet's shit. So I'm
I
here
thought I
trying to like
froze. Is it
disconnect stuff.
DGen? Can you hear
I
me,
was
Greg?
like, Greg, yeah, the chat's like, Greg, say something. I'm like, I thought I'm the asshole over here that's frozen, locked out. The one thing I will say, so Steak, you mentioned it, and yes, there's that narrative behind Goff, but it's not a narrative. I was digging up this stat that I just found. When playing indoors on turf, Goff ranks, this season, 5th in passer rating. When playing outdoors on grass, he drops to 20th. That's a pretty big gap. And I know it's going to be nice and it's San Francisco and it's going to be clear weather, but it's still that turf versus grass. And I forget the tweet I shared in the newsletter of like, it's been a long time since Goff had to play outside. Like he's just gotten very lucky
Really
where
long
even
time.
their road games have been, in dome. So I do think, this is another good fucking nugget while DGen tries to get back in here. I looked this up earlier in the week too, because Goff, obviously former Ram, had some history against Shanahan. And hold on, DGen, I'm cooking. So when Goff's history against Shanahan, he's 3-4 career, at least with the Rams. I didn't look up any other times when they might have played. 3-4 when he was a Ram. Sounds about right. Sounds about even. Sounds like he held his own. He won his first 3. He lost 4 in a row after that. So
Ooh.
Shanahan definitely figured him out. And I think that's something that's going a bit overlooked is like Shanahan's experience against Goff. Whereas the Lions don't have really any experience against, obviously, Brock Purdy, but whoever the Niners put in there, quarterback and all those weapons. I just think it finally, like you saw Matt Stafford, Nick Mullins, for Christ's sake, had 400 yards both games, or basically 400 yards both games against this Lions secondary. Like, what is a really good offensive mind like Shanahan? And Brock Purdy, say what you will, but I think he had his bad game. But you got Ayuk, you got Jennings, you got Kittle, you got CMC, and I think CMC really probably is a difference maker here because it's going to come down to the Lions. It's going to come down for the Lions about what they can do in the red zone, right? And that's how they won those last games. Bend don't break, drove all over them, got to the red zone and tightened up. Neither of those teams had. Well, Kyron Williams is good, but I think CMC is in the Shanahan scheme is such a differentiator that they finally bend and break.
So I didn't hear what any of you guys said. Yes, my mom's Wi-Fi has been very strong and dependable, but or reliable, whatever the proper term is there. And how fitting it would take a shit for the first time in a month after I chirp Greg. So my apologies, but I have the Ethernet ready to go.
There's a plugin.
Shut up. Shut up. I have it. Anyways,
just got to go to the bodega.
I have the adapter.
Token Picks has a great one.
I have a fucking
Adapter money line book.
I have 100-foot Ethernet cord. I just don't have it plugged in. It's wrapped up under the bed like a snake. Anyways,
please highlight the Token Picks comment.
Token Beef has spoken.
Token Picks. No, just the adapter money line hook was a very good line.
Oh yeah, that is pretty good. Okay. So I didn't hear much of what you guys said. Are we good, by the way? You can hear me. You can see me. Everything's fine.
You look beautiful. Yeah.
Thanks. So
that 100 foot is cranking.
Shut the fuck up.
That's probably why it takes so long from the internet to get to the wall to your
computer. You shut the fuck up so I could give my pitch? I like the fucking over in this game, and I like the San Francisco 49ers. Here's my problem, and I really feel like Steak, kind of stole my bitch here because I love the Detroit Lions halfway through this season. I fell in love with them, and I like so much about this team. You know what I really like about this team? That they are built organically. A lot of it's through the draft, and they got a guy at quarterback who was fucking left for dead. Yes, he went to the Super Bowl, but he didn't win a Super Bowl. It's not like the Bucs signing Tom Brady, which I had a big issue with as a Bucs fan, but we're not going to have a conversation about that. I like this team, and I really, really like Ben Johnson. Now, as a Bucs fan who watched that entire game, who did have a little bit of faith, not a lot, but a little bit of faith that the Bucs maybe could have walked out of Detroit with a win. There were some times that I thought that maybe we could fucking take over. A little momentum, especially before halftime, might have gone our way, and it was gone in an instant. You know what the Detroit Lions do, or don't do rather, that I love so much about them? They don't fucking make a lot of mistakes. They really don't make mistakes. And the first mistake you're going to point to is probably Dan Campbell coaching mistakes and doing things like he did in Dallas. Sure, that's fine. This offense is a well-oiled machine. Their offensive line is great. The Bucs really could not get the fucking Jared Goff. And you know who looked phenomenal? Jahmyr Gibbs. He is fresh, and you remember because I was Jahmyr Gibbs was my offensive rookie of the year selection, and he wasn't getting used all season until like week fucking 10. Finally, he started getting carries and receptions. Remember Kev Cassidy, who's probably in here lurking, Detroit Lions slurper, said, "Oh, they're saving him for the playoffs. They're saving him for the playoffs." Oh no, he said he's not a goal line back. David Montgomery's a goal line back. Gibbs can do everything. Well, there might have been a little bit of truth about saving him for the playoffs because this motherfucker looks fresh. He had a phenomenal fucking touchdown run. You can run on the Niners defense. I've heard it all week. I'm not going to be here fucking just repeating the talking heads. You get it. And I'm not saying the word masterclass, but I think the Detroit Lions offense is not going to be the problem in this game. Like Steak said, I think it's going to be the Lions defense. This defense, and Greg, you touched on it too, and you're absolutely right. They have done a phenomenal job of bending but not breaking. They were dialing up some of the best blitzes I have seen. Now, granted, it could have been a little incompetence on the Bucs side of the ball because there was nobody to pick them up. But if you were watching that game, Steak, did you watch the Bucs game?
Yes, the entire game.
Okay. Greg, did you watch it at all?
Yeah, bro, it's the playoffs. Like, I get a fucking newborn. I'm not going anywhere.
Well, I don't know. You might have shit to do. I'm respecting your guys' schedule. Anyways, Baker, he could have done nothing about those situations. There was a guy in his face immediately. These corner blitzes, these edge blitzes were unbelievable. So I got to give the Lions defense some credit. They have looked really good, even going back to Dallas. But I think I'm going to be that guy. And I'm going to say this is the worst potential scenario or matchup rather possible for the Detroit Lions. Offensively, I don't think so. I think the offense is going to do just fine. But I think the Niners are scoring 35, maybe even 40 points because, and I clipped this earlier in the week, I think that the Niners, having gotten all of their mistakes out of their system, Purdy getting shit on. Remember when Purdy got shit on last time during their slump and they had the bye week? And what happened? He came out and he fucking dealt. He was throwing 3-4 touchdown passes every week. I think he's going to take advantage of this Lions weak secondary. I think they are going to score touchdowns, and it's just a matter of if the Lions can keep up, and I don't think they can keep up, sadly. But like Steak said, I agree. If you're going to take the Lions, I think you go for the jugular. If you take the Lions, you take them on the money line. The Lions are going to the Super Bowl, and it just might be the state of Michigan's year. It just might be. So you go money line or nothing. I like the over. Maybe it's square. I don't care. We've already seen the fucking tweets about the Ravens game being square. Maybe that hits, and you know how I feel if there's a short slate. It goes the opposite way. Watch that'll probably happen, but I don't give a fuck. I don't see how this game isn't 37-27 at minimum. So I like the Niners to score. I like the Lions to score as well. I think the Lions cover. As far as a masterclass in this game, I'm not going to say it for Jahmyr Gibbs because I want his props to hit, but I do like Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm not going to. But, Greg, I like your read on Juwan Jennings. Watching that game with Debo out, there was a guy that needed to make a lot of big plays. Now, Kittle was there when needed. And, of course, he was the guy that fucking was great. CMC had his run. But the other guy, the sneaky guy, when those guys weren't effective or were maybe covered, I feel like they went to fucking Juwan Jennings, and he made big catches and big plays, and he was fired up, too, on the sideline. He got tackled out of bounds once on the sideline on a third down grab, and he looked fired up. I think he comes to play. I think they rely on him. He showed he's worth it, and he can make those plays. So I like Juwan Jennings, anything in this game. Catches, yards, whatever you want to do. I don't know about a touchdown. But I like the over official play. We'll go back around the room. Any final thoughts on this, Greg? It looks like you have something.
I was going to say something because somebody mentioned it earlier in the chat, but that the Lions left guard, that Jonah Jackson guy, is out, and Ragnow, their center, is playing, but he's playing hurt.
He's hurt,
and he played hurt against the Bucs, but I do think it is much different to get hurt in the game before the swelling sets in, when you still get the adrenaline cooking, versus taking a week off to let that injury metastasize, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Big word.
Right? Biggest word in the history of your stream. But basically come out there and he's going to be limping. He's going to be a little bit slow. He's still going to give it his all. He's still probably better than fucking 80% of the centers in the league, but it's definitely a tick back. And when you have the left guard out, that's going to be a problem. And especially when so much of their offense is built around the run.
Just watch the game. Did you not just watch Juwan Jennings in their last game? You can't watch that game and tell me he doesn't deserve the ball. You just
I
can't.
think the way I would back him is because I think he'll be like a possession type guy, but I would probably back his receptions rather than yards or rather than touchdown or anything like that. I think I might just get on board with his receptions because I could see him having like 6 catches, or whatever, 4 catches, but not having a ton of yardage.
You just went from 6 to 4. That's a big difference.
Well, I try to think what his line is in my head, but his line will probably be 3.5. So just wanted to make sure he was going over.
Gotcha. Chad, who gives better dick, Goff or Purdy? Exactly. They both give mid dick for sure. Give me the under. Yeah, no, I get it.
No comment.
No comment. That's pretty good analysis, though.
But I have, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is why I stole your bitch. I just want you to understand because you don't treat your bitch right. And anytime, like the times get hard, you jump ship and a hot blonde with big tits comes at a -7.5 spread. And you're ready. So I did take your bitch, but I'm going to stick with her, even if she's from a trailer in Detroit. I don't care.
He's right. He's 100% right.
He is 100% right. I have to tell you, I have a little FOMO. Sometimes Steak will text things in the group chat, and I know he's a busy guy, but he just won't respond. And then you'll ask another question 5 minutes later, and you get an immediate response. It's like, I wonder if he just didn't have an opinion, or he just didn't see that text. That's kind of what I feel like for the Lions love midseason. It's like, I wonder if Steak just decided like he doesn't have an opinion, or maybe he just missed it entirely. But to just see him all of a sudden
padded his wallet.
Well, to see him say the Detroit Lions are winning the Super Bowl, it broke my heart a little bit. And is this what a cuck is? Is this a cuck? I never fully understood the definition of that word.
Let's just say yes.
For the sake, that's going to confuse him even more.
You don't know what a cuck is.
You know what this is? Yeah, you know what this is? You had a crush on a girl and you sat at the lunch table and you just fucking ate your sandwich like a little nerd, and then Jake took her to prom. That's all it is. You never did anything. You never went up and talked to her. You never flirted with her. And now you're like, Jake stole my girl. But fucking it wasn't your girl. Just because you thought she was hot and you looked at her and you thought you had a chance, you never made a move.
And her name was Jamie Lynn.
You want to know, actually, now that I remember this, you want to know something that cuts even a little bit deeper? Greg, I remember because Steak was just MIA. I think I called you or texted you or something. We were having a conversation. You already know what I'm going to say? You maybe you do, maybe don't. I already
have a rebuttal.
I talked to you about taking the Lions Super Bowl, and you said, bro, you already have the Eagles. You don't need how many NFC teams are you gonna bet? You can't bet every team to win the Super Bowl. So I'm not saying it's gonna happen.
Exactly
but
what
you said, hey, you can't have
favorite.
that girl. You said no, you can't have that girl. What are you gonna do? Just
because you already picked your girl.
I know, you're right. You have a good point. I did pick my girl.
You can't bet 2 of the top 3 to win the conference. You're never gonna make any money that way.
I don't think the Lions at that time were top 3.
They were.
I feel like they've always been. Am I wrong? Or maybe it's top 4?
Because it was certainly not on their downhill. When they were down, you didn't want anything to do with them. When they were up is when you were on them. That's when you wanted to ask her to prom.
Okay. Anyways, we've talked enough about this. Although I do think it's kind of funny banner. Who had cuck discussion on today's bingo card? Yes, I am a cuck in this situation.
Greg, should we tell you what a cuck is, or you don't want to know?
I think what a cuck is a guy who watches his girl have sex with another man.
Okay, you know what it is.
That would be my definition too. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying I've never actually confirmed it. I think that's what it means.
You nailed it.
Correct. Ollie's probably Ollie's catching strays. You wanted her after she got her braces off. Wow, that's really well said. Okay, so
she's all that. You're Freddie Prinze Jr.
Jesus. Y Revolt with a follow. YZ Bets. What's up with the Y's? Letter Y's coming in here. What's up? I hate sweating with a sub bank. Mid-major Matt with a sub bank 13-monther. Steak looks handsome this morning. Yes, he does. Hype train. We had a hype train and I missed it. Sorry about that. Okay. Well, what's up, CJ? What's up, Degenerate? Nice to see you on YouTube. Did you rip the Benjamin or not yet? No, I haven't. I think that's all we got in closing for these games. But I will ask, what is my prediction in this game? So score predictions: 24-17 Ravens, 37-27 Niners. Steak, what are your score predictions?
34-20 Ravens, 28-24 Lions.
Oh, okay, right.
I
That's
didn't
right.
stutter. I didn't stutter.
I know. I hear you. Go ahead, Greg.
I'm gonna flip flop. I'm gonna say 30-27 Chiefs. I've done a complete flip flop, and the Chiefs are winning this game because it's going to be close. And if it's going to be close, Stay convinced me to go with Mahomes. 30-27 Chiefs, and we'll say fucking 40-30 49ers. I just think that the game goes over, and I think the 49ers are up by 10 the whole game.
You know, I'm not trying to get into politics here, but back in the day when I did follow them, before I decided everybody was stupid, it was during when John Kerry was running against Bush. And I remember the commercials were talking about John Kerry flip-flopping. And they would always say, nobody flip-flops more than John Kerry. And it would show him in flip-flops, like walking on a beach or something. You are the 2024 John Kerry flip-flopper. I've never seen anything like it in my life. And you know what I remember now? When we used to do a podcast, Drew would always say, Greg, you would say, I kind of like you are. That's okay. That can be your MO. That could be your thing. So you now think the fucking Chiefs win.
Yeah, but I'm still on Tucker.
Okay, that's great. That's great. All right, so Tucker, I'm going to be on that. Let's go touchdown score in this game, and then we'll wrap it up. It's almost noon. That's a solid hour of ish of NFL talk. Touchdowns, Steak. Who do you like in this game?
Jamison Williams.
Okay, Greg.
I think it's crazy not to go Ayuk. I think he has a day.
Ayuk. You know, if Debo plays, Debo's scoring. Because I sneak nuked him, and he didn't come through. So
he got hurt in the first quarter.
I know.
Did you get refunded on that or no? Did you complain about getting refunded?
No, I didn't. But I like Debo if he plays. But I think Jahmyr Gibbs over rushing yards. I'm down with Jamon Jennings. I don't really know that I have a touchdown guy other than Debo that's speaking to me in this one. 37-27 final score prediction. Wait,
yeah,
bro.
Take that. I flipped. Steak convinced me. I flipped. He said Steak had a good point. If it's gonna be close, you want to be on the side of Mahomes. So I'm still on Tucker's over, but I'm going Chiefs.
I don't know if flip flop is a good term. Don't think there's a problem to rethink a position and make a better choice, learning something new. No, I'm not saying he can't do it. There's nothing wrong with that. I flip flop many a times. Okay. On that note, Steak, we can let you dip out. What are you shaking your head for, Greg?
It would not be Tucker game winner. Sorry, I'm reading the chat.
No, well, that's quite
either. No game winner. Chiefs just win it. That's it. But Tucker.
RIP to anybody who did not stop listening 10 minutes ago because they're probably going to place their fucking. Oh, I really like what that guy Greg said.
Friday, so I can change again by Sunday.
State got token women to go bang. Oh, we got it sub bank from Sick Money. Five sub banks. Man, he's putting the good vibes in here, the good Detroit Juju vibes. Steak, we'll let you take off. Greg, you can dip as well. I know you got shit to do. I'm going to talk college basketball and hockey for the final 30 minutes.
Very short board for college basketball today.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. I don't mind taking it a little easy. Steak, any closing words before we head into the weekend?
Cal Bears and the Bonnies for college basketball.
I like Cal. Greg, any closing words before we go into the weekend?
Yeah, I'm tailing the Bonnies. I haven't even looked, but I'm going to tail the Bonnies. It's been a while since I bet them.
Greg's back, by the way. He tweeted yesterday. He's had a lot going on with a new job and a newborn, but he's ready to get fully involved. And I love to see his card have fucking Pacific plus 27 on it last night.
They scored 28 points. They scored 28 points last night. They lost by 50.
I love that we had. I mean, neither of us had a conversation about that game. I don't even think I knew they were playing. Jeff Rosa gave out a sub bank. Appreciate you, Rosa. But I think it's absolutely fucking hilarious that I look at your card and I'm like, what did this motherfucker see with Pacific plus 27?
I just thought it was a good spot, and it was not. Pacific's really bad. Dude, it must have been like 2 years ago. I really liked Pacific, and they were pretty good. They would come through in those late night spots. But yeah, I woke up this morning and it was like 80-26, and I was like, yep, like not quite. Didn't quite get there.
Shout out Alec.
Spread, and St. Mary's had it covered by the half.
Trey Young is back tonight. Wasn't your system to fade a player when he returns? Yes, we bet on a player in the NBA, or bet on a team when the star player is out, bet against them when the player returns. That is indeed correct. All right, guys.
Mavs.
Oh, yep. Some people like the Mavs. All right, get in the Discord and put your leans in there for the rest of the day. Take it easy. Thank you very much, as always, Greg and Steak. We will talk to you later. All right, good shit, ladies and gentlemen. A kid that plays for Pacific is from my city. He cheated on his girlfriend. That motherfucker. While Greg is a cheater supporter. All right, appreciate the sub banks, everybody. That was fun. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. What's that saying? I hope it was as good for you as it was for me. Let's talk about love. You guys don't know that fucking song. We have 4 games in the NHL. Let's go to the ice first. Let's talk about my motherfucking Rangers, who we know are not very good. We know it. You know it. I know it. We all know it. But I do have a question. Do they win this game? I don't know. Oh, you like the Rangers under, huh? Okay. Well, they did play already, Peraz, and the only thing I don't like is they played already and the game went under. What we've been finding is that when teams play each other again, the opposite result tends to happen with the total. So, I mean, we just played it last night, or I played it at least. The Red Wings and Flyers went over the first time they played a couple weeks ago, and then last night, went under 6.5 was 3-0. It went over. Wasn't the final score 4-1? No. Is Bay tripping? Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. 5.5. I apologize. My bad. 5-1 final. The game went over. Okay. I thought it was 4-1. I apologize. Fake news. Fake news, DGen. You hate to see it. Okay. Well, you know what? In all honesty, that's fucking good enough for me. Over in the Rangers, Fable bangs. What's a Fable bang? We got a Fable bang? I don't know what a Fable bang means. Okay, let's go to Fat Girl sent me something. I'll look at that later. Oh, fake bangs. I was like, what the fuck does Fable mean? All right, let's go to the NHL on Action Network. We've got a 5-cent move to the Knights, 135 down to 130. I think the Rangers minus 155 is a decent amount of respect. I don't know if you guys think that's the right number. Here's what I'll tell you. Is Aiden Hill in net. Who are the expected goalies in here? Because he is a bad motherfucker. And I will absolutely. You got Igor and you got Aiden. Sure. I love it. Aiden Hill is a bad motherfucker. Likely. He is likely. All right, good enough for me. Like the under in that game. Don't know if I'm going to play it, but I like it. Here's an interesting one. This is an interesting one. Rangers are minus 140 the first game. Oh, shit. Yeah, I don't have a side in that. 5.5 is up to 6. 6 is minus 120, by the way, on that game. Let's talk Florida. Florida minus 118 and minus 130. You got a 10-cent move to the Panthers here. 6.5 down to 6. Whoa. You know what I think is interesting? I think it's interesting that the total even opened 6.5. Logan Thomas expected right here on daily. Yeah. Sorry for the Penn Steel coins in the under. I got to tell you, dude. I got to tell you. I think opening 6.5 is kind of wild. I think that's wild. This is an under that nobody would see coming, and that's why I like it. And the Pens, yeah, Kimball, I'm with you. I think I like the over in this game because I think this is an obvious under. Too obvious. 4 and 6 to the over are both teams. This line is short. I think it might be the Kings today. Somebody said it yesterday, and they're absolutely right. The Kings had a players only meeting, or not an only meeting, but a player called them out. I think it was Doughty. Said people are just worried about their points on this team. I think he was calling out Pierre-Luc Dubois, I believe. There we go. Never Notre Dame. We all know the advantage. Okay. I think that I think it might be the Kings here. The Kings do stink. I mean, they don't really stink, but they're not playing well. They were really, really good. You got a 5-cent move there, 145 down to up to 150 or the Avalanche. Total is 6.5. It looks like that total is going under. I'm sorry. I disregard. I didn't realize that it opened 5.5. It's up to 6.5. Kings are great on the road. Good point. 14-5-3 on the road. Good point, Perazim. You little fucking puckhead. That sounds good to me. I'm down. How do we not fade the Blues? So far, recap. I like the under with you in the Knights game. I like the over in the Penguins game. I like the Kings, the Blues, and the Kraken. According to Trend Center, teams with money line playing the conference. Both teams are 500. It's basically two good teams out of conference favorites. Okay, thank you. That's the part I needed. Please explain like I'm a 5-year-old. Kraken minus 1.5. Yeah, I think the Kraken probably roll. I also just sort of think the Kraken might get right. I do. The Blues have been a little bit of a funk. 3-game losing streak. They followed up with a 3-game winning streak. Shout out to the Blues and shout out. Let's see. Oh wow, they won 2 in a row on the road. The Kraken are 4 games losing streak after winning 9 in a row, and they just come back and bounce back with a win against the Blackhawks, the lowly Blackhawks. So they've had a night off, as have the Blues. I think the Kraken take it to them tonight. Yeah, I like the Kraken today. So recap for you here, and then we'll go to let's go to the NBA first. I'm liking the NBA lately. I told you it'd take me a while, but I'll get there. Let's go to the NBA. I hear we have a shit slate. Oh, sorry. Recap for you guys. I like the Rangers under. Perazim, dig it. I like the Panthers over. I think it's an over. Nobody will see it coming. I like the Kings on the ML, and I like the Kraken puck line. Probably maybe like a 3-1, 4-1 game there, if I had to guess. All right, let's talk NBA. I gotta stop hunching over. I gotta sit up straight. That's why my back is killing me. Why? This can't be right. There's no way that many people like the Mavs. Blues always fuck me when I fade them. Yeah, I hear you. Recap NHL. I miss Snidesy. I literally just did. I got word there's a shutout on the ice tonight, DJ. Who, Long Beach? Tell me. You know I love a shutout play. 1 to 1.5 for the Mavericks. I am so in. So motherfucking in. But is everybody on the Mavericks? A guy that I follow on Action Network who's not very good is on the Mavericks. Yikes. 239.5 up to 244 because Trae Young is in. Kyrie Irving did not participate in shoot-around Friday. Uh-oh. All right. Hornets and Rockets. Wow, the Rockets are a terrible road team. Terrible. 225 down to 233.5. That's interesting, isn't it? That the total's moving down 6 points. What did the Hornets just do? I know they beat Minnesota in Minnesota. They did just go under. Had a night off. What did the Rockets just do? Oh, wow. They lost to the Blazers. Okay. And that game soared over. Oh, wow. The Rockets get low totals. Hornets kind of do too. Interesting. All right. Maybe that's too obvious of an under there. Somehow, some way Hornets cover, I think. But Rockets team total under might be. Fuck that rat shit. Hornets. Yeah, Suns, Pacers, interesting. Suns beat them Sunday, but Pacers just smashed Sixers last night. Line didn't budge. All right, Fit. We're going to get there right now. Yeah, you know what? It is a revenge spot for the Pacers. But I did just play the Pacers last night, and they came through. I don't like it. What was both teams just shot like 6% from the field? Auto fade. I'm down with that. I'm so sad I didn't fade the Bulls last night either. I'm a fucking idiot. Loved the Lakers last night. Did not get there. The Pacers. The last game went way under. Yeah, I'm down with that. They've had their rut. That's why I didn't want to play the Mavericks here. I thought to myself, the Suns might be just getting right. Put a stinker, though. Yeah. Okay. I'm good with that. I don't know that I'm going to play this game. I think I'm just out on this game. Raptors and the Clippers. This is an interesting one. I'm not really sure I have a good read on this. Clippers are not very good on the road. One, two, three. First game of a road trip here. Raptors have lost 3 straight. WRJ Barrett. I'm just kidding. What's up with Quickly? That guy stinks. Warriors Kings go over last night was free. I like the Suns. I like the under too. Probably a blowout. Yeah, I know. But they did just go under last time. Doesn't Quickly kind of stink? So if anything, you like the Clippers. The only reason I guess that makes sense, Fat Girls, is the Clippers are not very good on the road. 9-10 ATS. But maybe you're right. Oh my God. The Bucks are interviewing with Ken Dorsey. Why? That's so stupid. All right, 4 more games in the NBA. Magic. Is it the Magic tonight? You know what? It fucking is the Magic tonight. It's the fucking Magic tonight. It's the fucking Magic tonight. What's up, MJWs? I'm sorry I'm going fucking garage selling with my grandma and my mom tomorrow morning. I totally forgot about the fucking stream, but we'll figure it out. Double dip. Is it the Magic? Tell me it's the Magic. Tell me it's the Magic. Are you saying it's the Magic? You love the Magic? Oh, yes. Yes. I'll tell you right now why it's the Magic. You want me to tell you from my perspective? All I had to do was look at this line and look at who they're playing. Dude, nobody, and I mean fucking nobody, needed a break more than the Orlando Magic. Nobody. Listen, let me tell you why it's the Orlando Magic. I watch the Magic. I'm a Magic fan. I'm a Magic investor. The Orlando Magic have been gassed, dude. They were decimated by injuries. Decimated. Franz out. Wendell out. Fultz out. Everybody out. Paolo carrying this team on his back, dude. They fucking won some games they probably shouldn't have won. They won against fucking Denver in Denver. They beat the Knicks in New York. They beat the Heat, although the Heat kind of stink. But they've also been on a pretty bad stretch of losing games. But you know what they needed? You know what they fucking needed? This is my only capping of this game. I don't know if you guys are going X's and O's. I don't give a fuck. This is my only capping in this game. Look at the dates on the left. 12th, 13th, that's a back-to-back. 15th, 17th, 19th, 21st, 22nd, that's a back-to-back with a 4-game road trip in there. The Magic had not had any more than 1 day's rest. Really, in all of January. All of fucking January. Back to back. 1 day rest, 1 day rest, 1 day rest. God, they had 2 days rest here. Sorry. But a back to back immediately after and traveling. Now they had the 23rd, the 24th, and the 25th off. The Magic needed rest and they got their rest. MJ, is this your best bet? Because I love this so much. I was going to maybe pitch it or make some sort of POD, but I don't want to swagger jack. If this is your POD, I'm not swagger jacking. Stupid comp? Why? Well, you guys can have that discussion. I don't care. I love the Magic tonight. I already posted. No. That's fine. No, I don't steal PODs. I don't care who you are. I don't steal PODs. I don't steal PODs. I don't steal fucking systems. I'm not about any of that shit. I'd rather pass on a winner in a POD than be a fucking swagger jacker. Got to be original and authenticity above all. 213 down to 212. Also, let's take a look at the Grizz. What did the Grizz just do? The Grizzlies just won 2-0. Holy shit. They just won 2-0 and the first game back off of a 4-game road trip. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing right now. Live on fucking stream. Live on stream. Putting my biggest bet in the NBA season right now. On the Magic. First half winner. Minus 195. I am putting $500 on it. That is a 5-unit play for me. Magic first half. This guy knows ball. Collab, gonna smack. MJ, are you on the first half, first quarter, or full game? Should I go full game? Double dip? What does the double dip mean? I don't know if I understand that. He's on Bofa. Double dip the chip. What does a double dip mean? Yeah, minus 195. So I'm going to win 255. We're in there like swimwear. Bet placed. Bet placed. Done. Can't double check. Oh, first half and full game. Got it. And I am putting this on my Action Network because that's how I fucking roll. Put everything on the Action Network. Hold on. Sorry. First half. Here we go. 190. Jeez, Hard Rock with the fucking juice. Let's go. There's a market I think called halftime, full time. You might get plus. Oh no shit. Damn, you have minus 170. Magic. Oh, how do you find that? I want wire to wire. Love the Magic tonight. What a great spot. Hammer time. Hammer time. Hammer time. Love it. All right, good job, guys. I also really like that under. I probably like the fucking how the Grizzlies going to score. The Magic defense clamps. WNBC. Love it. I'm fired the fuck up. Magic winning the first half full game winner on FanDuel. Not bad. I probably should have done that. All right, Bucks 5.5 to 6. I'm not going to get involved in this game. I just want to remind you guys, do as I say, not as I do. I got cute. I didn't. I am the captain of the fired coach system. The Bucks fired their coach, and I did not play the Bucks on the spread in any way, shape, or form. Instead, I played the under, which was looking pretty goddamn good until there was a 70-point fourth quarter and both teams are in the bonus with 8 minutes left. I digress. Don't get cute. But in this particular instance, somebody asked if I'm going back to the under. I'm not. I'm going to eat my L, and I'm going to move on. Pelicans, WNBC. I don't like fading the Thunder, but I did have a nice hit on the Pelicans the other day. The Pelicans first half was my favorite play in the NBA the other night. Thought the spread was pretty suspicious. Looks like money is going into the to the Thunder. I don't mind that one bit. Although I don't really have a play in this game. I do not have a play in this game. Pelicans team fake sharp. They won in KC last matchup. Oh, it was me, and I will be going back to the under for you. Staying off. All right, W's, bud, man. Best of luck. I hope you win. Go take one of their eyes for me. Take one of their goddamn eyes. And then the Spurs. So you know what this is giving me vibes of, guys? You know I love my comparisons. You know I love them. Let me ask the class. You guys, who's paying attention out there? Don't worry, I didn't pick a booker. I just got an itch right here. Spurs are favored against the Blazers -3. I don't give a fuck about these percentages. What do you think the Spurs being favored by 3? What does that make you think of? The Spurs are tonight's who? Did we just see this? Yeah! That's right. Good job, C. Soma. I don't know how to give you a gold star, but I would. Gold star to C. Soma. That's right. Pistons. That's right. The Pistons being favored by 3 against the Hornets. It gives me that vibe. Now, I understand that the Blazers are not very good, and they're 6-19 on the road, but I don't care because they're 13-31. They went from 2.5 to 3.5 in the hour this morning. No injury news reported. Bang. I'm going to be on. I was a bitch. I did not play the Pistons. But this is very funny, not Buster. I'm going to be playing the Spurs. I'm going to be playing the goddamn Spurs. All right, quick recap for you. I like the Mavs, but I'm not going to play the Mavs. But I do like the Mavs. I don't have anything on the Hornets game. I do not have anything on the Hornets game. Pacers, I get what you're saying. I like the under. I just don't like that they just went under. Like the Suns here. The Suns are clicking. Suns are rolling. Could be a clamp down game. Could be a clamp sesh. Toronto, don't have anything in that game. Love the Magic. 5-unit play for me. 5-unit motherfucking play for me. I love it. Collab with MJ. My name is too weird. You can just call me Nut. All right, Nut. That's fine. Thank you. Like the Grizzlies team total under 2. I might go fucking nuts in that game, to be honest with you. Magic play good defense. They take pride in their defense, and I love that. I respect that. Milwaukee, I'm not getting involved. I know my guy Budman's going back to the under for me. I respect the shit out of that. Thunder or nothing for me in that game, and then I'm going to be on the Spurs. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I might be shutting it down here. Do we have anybody that we'd like to raid? Any raid potentials? He wants to know if you guys need a third. Or do we? I don't even know if we look at college basketball. There's no fucking games. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to do in this game. All right, you guys want to do it anyway? Discord shutout isn't listed, but Kraken to win on a shutout. Ooh. Chance, I don't know why it's so funny to me. All right. Just got here. Degen already find the POD. Degen already find the POD, not a POD. Yes. Magic money line, 5 units, first half. Magic first half money line minus 5 units. Don't fear the juice. Good luck today, everyone. I got to go Corp. All right, T-Mans W. What are your thoughts on Wisconsin, Michigan State game? All right, fuck it. We got some time. No, bet responsibly. And if you bet the Magic and it loses, don't fucking come DMing me. It's your decision if you press that button. I'm not telling you what to fucking do. And I'm not out there shooting free throws, so suck my ass. Kent State and Ohio. How is it not Ohio? 0-3 on the road. 0-5 ATS. The POD needs a POD, D-Gen. Yeah, it does. Yeah, DMMJ. Yes, if the Magic lose, all DMs and chirps directed to MJ. That's actually the beauty of collabing. All right, I'm a collab guy now. I call it collabing is for having a fall guy. I love that. What would happen if you were out there shooting free throws, Unc? You know, that's a good question. I don't know how I am as a free throw shooter. Should I go shoot some free throws? Maybe I should go shoot some free throws. Maybe I'll video it. All death threats directed to my DMs, please. W's. Okay. Let's get back to it. Let me see some Ankh and Social Security codes if it hits. W's. All right. Here we go. Kent State, 148, 1.5. I might play that. Oh, Jesus. I might play that. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do it. I like the board tonight. I like the board. I don't know that I'm going to spray it, but I like the board. 3.5. Ooh, the 3.5 juice on Ohio. I think I'm going to get in on Ohio. Okay, let's keep moving. Thanks for the plays at your goat. If I see you shoot free throws, shoot 50%. All right. I'm not a scorer. I'm not a good scorer. I don't have a good shot. I can dribble. I can play defense. Thank you, Twitch. I can hustle. I play hard. I play fucking hard. Ohio, Iona, Manhattan. All right. Ohio is pissed, but might as well. I mean, you don't have to. You can let me do this one alone. Marist and Niagara. New York rivalry. Maybe an under. You know I love a rivalry game under. I don't know how that's been doing, by the way. 134.5 down to 132. Is there a little cheeky in here? Let's see what these guys have been doing. Ooh. Niagara's been going over. All right, so Marist goes under, over in their last 5. And Niagara has gone over in their last 3. Maybe this plays into Marist's game. Maybe Marist is the play here. I don't want to play 2 dogs, though, in the short slate right now. This is close to each other. I know it's stupid, but I don't want to. Iona hump a lot. 140 to 137. No, I don't have any thoughts in that game. Canisius. 9.5 down to 7.5. Against Manhattan. You guys like Manhattan? I don't know that I like that. I think I kind of want to buy low. You know, these fucking 9.5 big numbers, 9.5 they're not covering, but when they get down, they are covering. Remember Ohio State, UCF, et cetera, et cetera. So you wear glasses or sports goggles? Oh, neither. These are just blue light glasses. 112 to the over this year. Oh boy. Okay, never mind. I think I might buy low on Canisius. I think I might. They're 2-8 in their last 10, 2-8 ATS. Both teams stink. That's a big spread for two stinky teams. That's all I'm gonna say. Two stinky teams, big spread. I think this line is short as fuck. The only thing I can think of is that Michigan State has a better ATS record. I think it's very, very short. You know, that's probably the painfully obvious play today. He's got a ranked team against unranked team at home, who's 8-2 in their last 10, and they're only favored by a 3. One bucket. Very short. You think it's St. Bonaventure today? Somebody said it. Maybe. One dog, one favorite. Right here. I like that. Michigan State and St. Bonaventure. That's good with me. That's good with me. Seattle 7.5 up to 8.5. I don't know. Utah Valley stinks. I don't like the 8.5 number for them. I don't like that. Cal, you think it's Cal Bears, huh? Against Stanford? I'm down with Cal. It's by 13. MSU. Wow. Interesting. The system is 7-10 this year. And not ATS. I like Cal. Somebody said they like Cal earlier, and I'm good. I'm good on that. I think I could play Cal. Who said it was Cal? Was it Steak? Yeah, I like Cal. Okay. Recap for you, and then is it BTL time, or should I take you somewhere else? Where do you guys want to go? I like Ohio. I like Canisius. I like Michigan State. I'm good with St. Bonaventure. Don't know. I love it. And that's that. All right. I have a pretty old thick card here. All my plays will be on the Action Network app, the DGen Weekly. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the sub banks. Thanks for the support. I shall send you on your merry way. Rosa, Sick Money, I Hate Sweating, Pandemic, Alec, Richie Parlay, Long Beach. Thank you for the subs. And also I speak on behalf of the people who got the subs and no longer have to watch this stream with ads. 22,470 followers. We are climbing almost to 2,500. Love it. Absolutely love it. Have a good day. Have fun garage sailing, Onk. Thank you very much. I'll figure it out with MJ. I was going to go on a stream and talk shop. We'll reschedule or we'll push through tomorrow. I'll see what he said in the DMs. All right. Where do you guys want to go? How low can you go? Ant Coda 5 with a new follow. What's up, Ant Coda? We'll see you guys on Monday. Maybe we'll do a scouting stream again on the weekend. That was fun. That was fun. I'll see if Mid-Major Matt is up for it. He was a good guest. Where do you guys want to go? Want to go to Owner's Box? We'll go to Owner's Box. Let's see what Owner's Box is up to. Grade Owner's Box Sports. Let's see. Are they live? I hope they're live. All right, guys. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Good luck on all your bets. I hope you hit more than you lose. And I will check you on maybe Sunday, but likely Monday. All right. Take it easy. Have a great day. Peace.